That's a that is a shofar being played, calling us to listen to God, to the still small voice of God, as in I'm not so good at this, but in the Old Testament, in the Bible, it's 1 Kings chapter 19, I think, that Elijah went out and there was a raging storm and a volcano and a wind and everything, and then finally there was this still, gentle whisper of God. Well, I hear so I'm blessed. I don't get visions, I just hear. This coronavirus thing, to me it is so patently, obviously, blatantly clear that mankind of itself is just, seriously. Everyone's chasing their tails at the moment, seriously, dying of hunger because of economic hardship. Well, a loving God doesn't want that, but they won't listen. The people. This is my attempt as a human being now living in this world, St. Albans, Hertfordshire, England. It's slightly early in the morning, but never mind. With a very normal, stable, middle-class background. I'm not some esoteric this or that or the other thing. I'm just a normal bloke. I've had a normal life. I've been married. For those who know, my son committed suicide at the age of 18. He'd be 27 now. It was a broken marriage. My former wife was sexually abused by her own father, and it's all my fault. Well, there's a load of old for a start. But God has given me this wonderful gift of my faith. I know that my Redeemer liveth. I've hacked on through 30 years of my adult life, basically. With an ever-deepening faith. So, then, I must accept God's will in this matter. It was a perfectly normal marriage. I was married, we had my house, our family home, and I had money, I had a good job, and etc., everything. A horse, a dog, a cat, a big motorbike, motor car, all that stuff. And suddenly, this woman turned up and trashed us all. My mother was a maternity sister. She never knew her grandchild. That's an evil woman. Who shall be nameless, my former wife. I still cherish stories of elderly gentlefolk who've been married for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. These wonderful little old sticks, you see them sometimes, hobbling along hand in hand on their walking sticks. Oh, how long have you been married? Oh, it's wonderful. That is what it should be. Whilst all the time recognizing I live in the real world and that's not the way it is, generally. But that's not to go, and it's not an ideal in the sense, it's a norm. Just a man meets a woman, and, come on, the prince meets his princess, and off they sail into the sunset. That's what every child wants. Mummy and Daddy kissing under the mistletoe, for heaven's sake. I love. Apparently, jolly old coronavirus COVID-19, a sneaky little bug, is not responding particularly well to an antibody test. So that's the test you do after someone's had it. And the WHO, the World Health Organization, is saying now, because I listened to the BBC World Service, that's the latest news on the BBC World Service, that actually there's no real evidence, or there's actually positive contraindicating evidence that you can reinfect. You've had it, don't think that's it, done and dusted, because it might recur. Now, how do the business types plan around that one? The politicians opening up or closing down or opening up again, or so never mind, there might be another bug around. I hear people saying that. This bug is the serious one in the here and now. As a Christian, I accept God's will in these matters. I don't think I've got immunity to it, but I do feel that I have work to do ahead of me and that God won't take me with this bug. So I'm not afraid. I'm careful. I come from a medical family. I've always washed my hands properly. I grew up actually well, I didn't grow up, but as a young man I was in theatre, as in medical hospital theatres, knowing how to wash one's hands properly. You have these taps you use with your elbows, and you wash your hands under your nails, everything, and let the fluids drain off your elbows for minutes upon minutes. I mean, I've been in theatre with top surgeons. You don't do that either. So then people put your gloves on, the mask, the gown, everything. It's sterile. Bugs kill. i.e., in a medical hospital environment. Yeah, but no one's going to do that. In general. God is calling us to come to Him, to wake up, to listen, to see. Listen to His call. Amen.